Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Those who have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe now so that you will receive the everyday updates. In our channel, we have the histology, embryology, gross anatomy classes and also practical exam preparations and also the radiological anatomy. So now today's topic is the development of the pancreas. We have seen the development of the esophagus, stomach, duodenum in the previous classes. So now we will see the development of the pancreas in this class, which is a short notes for you. So this development of the pancreas, it's also the foregut derivative. So develops from the endoderm of the foregut. So that is the development of the pancreas from the duodenal segment of the foregut. From the duodenal segment of the foregut, it arises by two buds or by two parts, ventral and dorsal. So there are two endodermal buds, ventral and dorsal. Endodermal buds in the duodenum. So how this develops, if we see, so if you remember the development of the primitive duodenum, it is convex to the front and concave to the dorsal side, and it is suspended from the dorsal side by the dorsal mesoduodenum. So these are all the things we have seen already in the class of the development of the duodenum. Now from this primitive duodenum, the two buds, ventral and the dorsal buds, develop. So from the dorsal side, there is one bud developing. That bud will be called as the dorsal pancreatic bud, like this. It is slightly cephalic to the hepatopancreatic bud. So that is the dorsal pancreatic bud. So the another endodermal outgrowth called as ventral pancreatic bud also arises. So this dorsal is slightly cephalic and this ventral is slightly caudal to the dorsal pancreatic bud. So from this, so this is dorsal pancreatic bud and this is ventral pancreatic bud. So this ventral pancreatic bud is will give rise to the liver development, gallbladder and also the part of the pancreas. So these are the three derivatives of the ventral bud, which is called as hepatopancreatic bud. From this three derivatives, liver, gallbladder and a part of the pancreas. So this is the hepatopancreatic bud as a whole, a part of the ventral pancreatic bud. So now, so this ventral and dorsal pancreatic buds, fusion takes place in the 7th week of the embryonic life. So if you see these two buds, they fuse in the 7th week of the intra-embryonic life. So the entire pancreas except the lower part of the head develops from the dorsal bud. So the dorsal bud is giving rise to main parts of the pancreas or all the parts of the pancreas, upper part of the head, neck, body and tail of the pancreas. So this ventral pancreatic bud gives rise to only the lower part of the head of the pancreas. So lower part of the head of the pancreas is derived from the ventral pancreatic bud. Development of the duct of the pancreas. So how this, before we start with the duct of the pancreas, how this fusion of the duct, two parts takes place. This fusion of the two parts takes place during the axial rotation of the second part of the duodenum. in the development of duodenum, we have seen three phases in the development of the duodenum: rotation, fixation, and axial rotation. So this axial rotation is the only second part is rotating, so that these two parts, ventral and pancreatic parts, join to form the pancreas. So this is the development of the pancreas. Now we will see the development of the ducts of the pancreas. So if you again draw the primitive duodenum, and this is the dorsal pancreatic bud, which gives rise to the main parts of the body of the pancreas, except the lower part of the head of the pancreas and the uncinate process, which is derived from the ventral pancreatic bud, and the remaining parts from the dorsal pancreatic bud. So if you see this, this is the duct of the dorsal pancreatic bud, and this is the duct of the ventral pancreatic bud. Later, a cross communication is established between these two ducts, like this. So this is how the two ducts are now cross communicating, so that this will give rise to the ducts of the main pancreatic duct and the accessory pancreatic ducts of the pancreas. So we will see the main pancreatic duct, otherwise called as duct of Bersum. So this is the main pancreatic duct. How it is formed? If you see, this main pancreatic duct is derived from the distal part of the dorsal duct and this oblique cross communication, and the proximal part of the primitive bile duct. So that is the main pancreatic duct formation. If you see the accessory pancreatic duct develops from the proximal part of the duct of the dorsal bud. So this is main pancreatic duct, and this is the accessory pancreatic duct, which opens slightly cephalic to the hepatopancreatic ampulla. So this is the development of the pancreas. That is the, if you see the islets of the Langerhans, they are derived from the acinar cells detached from the walls of the alveoli during the third month. So this islets of Langerhans develop little later than the alveolar part of the pancreas. So this, we have completed the development of the pancreas. Pancreas develops by the two buds, dorsal pancreatic bud and ventral pancreatic bud, in the 7th week of intraembryonic life. This ventral pancreatic bud is the part of the hepatopancreatic bud. Mainly the pancreas total development except the lower part of the head is from the dorsal pancreatic bud. Only this ventral pancreatic bud gives rise to the lower part of the head of the pancreas, including the uncinate process. How these two ducts fuse is by the axial rotation of the second part of the duodenum. This duct developments take place in the 8th week of the intraembryonic life. So we have seen this main pancreatic duct is derived from the dorsal pancreatic duct of the dorsal pancreatic bud, and by the oblique cross communication, and by the ventral pancreatic bud duct. And this accessory pancreatic duct is mainly from the dorsal pancreatic bud. So this duct development takes place in the 8th week. Islets of Langerhans develop little later in the 3rd month of the embryonic life. So this finishes the development of the pancreas. We will see the remaining parts of the development of the midgut and the hindgut in the next classes. So those who have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe now, so that you will continue to have the embryology classes in continuation.